Good afternoon and welcome to We Are Dekalb TV. I'm your host, Heidi B. Fuller, and we have an exciting show in store for you today. All the way from New Jersey, we have Mr. Michael Barbee producing this show. He was looking at the camera. We're going to have to bring him in before the day is out. But we also have Miss Coy Curry, who'll be joining us, and Miss Vanessa Brantley Newton. So stick around for more of We Are Dekalb TV.
Hello, I'm Bill Cobbs. I'd like to tell you about a couple movie projects that I'm about to do with Prestige Media Productions. The first film is called A Time After Yesterday. And the second is called Clipped Wings, They Do Fly. Prestige Media Productions is an independently owned and operated production company that focuses on creative projects that showcase dramatic storytelling and positive images. Don't forget, Clipped Wings, They Do Fly.
Prestige Media Productions.
Thank you.
Big mess. The hell you been at all night?
These two girls come from different worlds, but they have so much in common. They just refuse to see it.
Great.
What the hell is your problem? All this time to realize
Just trying to make small talk.
it's not right. That's only where I begin to get upset. You couldn't call, you couldn't text, seriously? Damn, Janet, don't I get a vote? Let's see what really matters now.
And welcome back to We Are Dekalb TV. As promised, we have a very exciting show in store for you today. We have Miss Vanessa Brantley Newton and Miss Coy Brantley Curry joining us today, all the way from North Carolina?
That's right.
By way of New Jersey, correct?
By way of New Jersey.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us here today on We Are Dekalb TV, which we air every Tuesday. This is our live show, and we may even get a call-in or two. That would be fun. So listen, I understand that you guys have just taken a terrific journey with Mary. And you guys being sisters, I'm sure you can relate to the awesome opportunities that they continue to put forth to the public, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about your journey with them in winning your recent competition.
Coy and I entered the contest because a friend of ours, Wendy Jean, actually said, okay, you guys missed the opportunity last year, but you guys really have to get into this contest. Just, you know, take the time and just do a video, put it together. Well, me and Coy, our antics every day, if people were to see what happens in our home every day, we live together with our families, our husbands, Will and Ray, and our daughters, China and Zoe.
And how old are they?
China and Zoe, Zoe's 12,
Wow.
and China is 9, and then my nephew, who is 14.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Benjamin. So there's a lot of craziness that goes on in our house. So we'd have to take it down to the basement, and we'd have to, you know, basically put up our little, what I call our little studio.
Okay.
And we did our little video, we put it together, and Coy is, she's just a natural at, you know, cracking that whip and making things happen. She's very administrative in that way. And so she said, we're going to do it over again, do it again. When I would do it wrong, do it again. You pronounced the word wrong, do it again, do it again. Until we got it just the way it needed to be. And we uploaded it, I mean, the very next day after the contest was announced, we entered the very next day.
Okay.
And so it was a long process. It was like finding out you're pregnant, the moment that you're pregnant, and then, you know, telling everybody, and then the 9 months later. So it was a lot of waiting that happened, but it was so good. I mean, just the camaraderie of friends and family just rallying around going through Facebook, social media works.
Social media does work.
It does work. And so we got together and just put out videos and just, you know, little funny things that we would do to share with all the people who were voting for us. So
now, I know we went right into the contest, but Coy, tell us what the contest is or was.
The contest was Mary hosted a contest on WeTV.
Okay.
And they put out a call for everyone that was interested in singing one of their 3 songs. And what you do is you submit your video, and then you upload it, and then America, or whoever's voting for you, has to keep you in the top 10.
Wow.
So you have to garner votes every day. So that's what we did every day.
Every day. And your first video?
The first video that we did was
You auditioned
mine.
to?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
What did-
auditioned to Sunday Morning, which was a song that really depicted me and Coy's life at home, Sunday morning. So it was very easy to sing, and Coy did.
And I did Go Get It.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were both in the contest together, and side by side, holding our votes down for a very long time. But I started to slip over time. So I tell everybody, when I slipped to number 12, I said, don't vote for me. Vanessa has hidden me in the cleft of the rock and covered me with leaves, and she will be back to get me. And so we just continued to garner votes for her, and the support was just outstanding. Outstanding.
Definitely.
And the support in your household, I'm sure, was just as outstanding.
Oh, very, very much so. I mean, after a while, I think it was like 90 days, almost 90 days.
Yeah, about 74 days.
Yeah, about 74 days. My husband was like, we would ask each other, did you vote for me today? He told me, well, I didn't think about it. You need to go vote for me today. So we'd run out in the parking lot and we would vote. We would do different things whenever we could get a chance to vote. And our family really showed us support, the kids and everything. They really just showed us a lot of great support, so it was wonderful.
You know, we've been singing all our lives. As children, we grew up in New Jersey and Newark, you know, shout out to Brick City.
All right.
And we grew up in church there singing. We knew how to harmonize when we were 5 years old, 5 and 6. So singing is in us, gospel singing, so we love that. And just being sisters like Tina and Erica, the Marys, very aware and familiar with their journey as sisters singing. You know, we've been the Brantley girls most of our lives singing. So yeah, it's just an incredible journey.
So it's just the 2 of you girls?
Yes.
The 2 of us.
Just the 2 of you. Well, that's awesome. So what do we have to look forward to next?
Next, we go to LA.
LA.
And we get to meet the Marys. So we're really excited about that, Tina and Erica, as well as Warren Campbell, who produces them.
Okay.
So we get to be with them, and I think it's 3 days and 2 nights that we'll go to LA and just, you know, see what happens. I'm just excited.
But during that time, are they plan on mentoring you guys and helping you with your career? Or
they're going to be talking about career choices.
Excellent.
Where we could go, where this could be taken. And plus, we get to do a recording. So we're excited
with
about
the Marys?
that as well. I don't know that it's going to be with the Marys. I believe that it's going to be some kind of recording. So I'm excited. If it's with the Marys, of course. If it's with Tina and Erica, absolutely.
Okay. Well, listen, when we come back, we'll have more with
Vanessa Brantley Newton
and Coy Brantley Curry.
All right, on We Are Dekalb TV. Continue to tune in.
Wednesday, tune in to see the hottest thing to hit small businesses since startup capital.
I'm telling you, the power is in the details.
Dr. Heavenly hosts a new talk show on the things about business that really matter.
With the right mindset and keeping things in balance, you can have it all.
Watch engaging interviews on the most amazing sets the world has ever seen.
Okay, I think they get it.
Right. Sorry. Tune in on the most wonderful night.
Just tune in Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
only on AIB.
Hello, I'm Bill Collins. Whenever I'm in town and need concierge service, whether it's a Broadway play, dinner, or limousine service, I call Prestige Tours. They're only a phone call away. 973-678-3022. I thought you ought to know that.
At last, the highly anticipated CD by jazz-inspired songstress Wincy Terry Bryant is here, and the critics are raving. Just what you've been waiting for, says Neo 2 Soul. Smooth as caramel, says Black Gospel Blog. Brilliant, says Jazz FM, featuring Beautiful, My Prayer, and Magnanimous, and the hit single, I Remember. This 12-song CD, entitled Time to Say, is available now.
Welcome back to We Are Dekalb TV. Don't forget to check us out at www.wearedekalb.com. Check out our latest issue of We Are Dekalb magazine. We're very excited about the partnership that we've developed with the Department of Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we're doing their spring travel guide. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting, but we'll be able to share some great recipes and some great outings for your family for the spring. Again, we have in our studio today with us Miss Vanessa Brantley Newton and Miss Coy Brantley Curry. These beautiful sisters all the way from North Carolina by way of New Jersey. They're going to surprise us with a little something. Ladies, we were talking during the break about you guys just breaking out in song. Could you give us a little something?
Yes, I'm going to set it up for you a little bit. One of the things my sister and I did during the contest was we would sing little songs to ourselves to rev us up.
Okay.
And so we created this little song called Singing About Favor of God. So we're going to do that.
It's nothing like favor.
Yes. Father, give us favor. Father, give us favor. Father, give us favor. Favor with God and men. Father, give us favor. Father, give us favor. Father, give us favor. Favor with God and men. Give us favor. 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 Favor with God and men.
Oh, no, that's talent. That is some talent right there for you. You girls are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So you sing all the time, I'm sure.
All the time.
All the time. All the time. So where are you looking to take your career?
I am very much into children's books and children. And Coy and I, a while back, we did a little CD called Neo Soul Nursery Rhymes.
Neo Soul
Nursery Rhymes.
Okay.
And we took these old rhymes and we put them to new music and created this whole new, I'd say, fusion of old school and new school together and wanted to present it to children. And that's where my heart is. I mean, this is what Coy manages me during the day to keep me in check. I am a scatterbrain as far as an artist. Okay. so I'm everywhere, and she comes in to really keep me balanced in what I do. And my heart, like I said, is towards children. I am dyslexic. And so for every child who has ever struggled with reading a book, it's important to make it easy for them. And sometimes it's made easy through picture books. You're able to get the picture and then put the story together. That's how it was for me. So I have a desire to bring that to children and adults alike. There are a lot of adults who struggle with the same thing. So it's, like I said, my desire is to really give children an experience through books.
Awesome.
And
that
so, you know, books and music. That's
books and music. Now, here you mentioned your sister was your manager.
Yes.
And we know how important it is to have people with like minds in your corner that will support you and have your best interests at heart. Tell us how it's been managing your sister.
It is always an interesting journey.
I can imagine.
To manage her. We affectionately call her at home a freak of nature because she is talented in so many ways. And so sometimes directing that and harnessing it can be a bit of a challenge. But since we are sisters and we love each other, I've been able to be the strength to her weakness, and she is the strength to my weakness. So we complement each other very well all the time. And she's very open to direction. Vanessa works very well in a framework. So if you give her some structure and then allow her creativity, she blossoms right in front of you.
What a blessing. Wow. The best thing about it all to me is to know that she truly has your best interest at heart. Because it's one thing to have somebody come along and say, okay, I got your back. And then you look behind you and it's just your back.
Exactly. I mean, she's the kick in the butt that I need to get things done. Sometimes I can be a procrastinator when things have to be done. And what I love about it is it's that creative edge and it's that administrative edge that comes together to bring a cohesive, you know, flow to everything. Absolutely. It just works. It works. It does. So
yeah, Faith White has kept me in that same vein of making sure that everything stays together. I think when you're just very creative, your mind, and I don't want to say it's scatterbrained, you're just kind of, you're being creative. Yeah. You're being creative, you know, you're like a butterfly, you're all over the place, you know, and then you just assume that everyone knows that you're just being creative and just, okay, could just bring me back. But Faith has been very good at keeping me in line. And that administrative piece is key.
Yes.
Because a lot of things can fall between the cracks if you don't have that piece. And I'm talking about Faith White of See Me. So y'all make sure that you check her out online.
Excellent.
Excellent, excellent. So ladies, we've got a lot more to talk about. We've got some great things to share in regards to your books and some other things. Coy, would you like to say hello to anyone before you leave us?
Oh, yes. I'd like to say hello to my husband, Will, and my children, Benjamin and China, and my niece, Zoe, at home.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us here today on We Are Dekalb Magazine and We Are Dekalb TV. And when we return, we'll have more. So stick around.
Yeah, dreams are dreams. Dreams are dreams. Some dreams come true. Don't wanna wake up when I dream of you. It's a work of art, the makings of you. A sight to behold, the thing God can do. I'm a man, sensitive, and tenderness comes from pain. Just for you, my life I give. You're my joy, my sun.
Josh Milan, Your Body. Honeycomb Music, Track Source, in stores near you.
Hello, I'm Bill Cobbs. Whenever I'm in town and need concierge service, whether it's a Broadway play, dinner, or limousine service, I call Prestige Tours. They're only a phone call away. 973-678-3022. I thought you ought to know that.
Wednesday, tune in to see the hottest thing to hit small businesses since startup capital.
I'm telling you, the power is in the details.
Dr. Heavenly hosts a new talk show on the things about business that really matter.
With the right mindset and keeping things in balance, you can have it all.
Watch engaging interviews on the most amazing sets the world has ever seen.
I think they get it.
Right. Sorry. Tune in on the most wonderful night.
Just tune in Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
only on AIB.
My heart is beating, sing so fast, it's palpitating. The best of me is yet to come. It's so amazing, I can't believe it's so hot. Can't stop my body, yours now. Take all of me, watch me do my thing.
And welcome back to We Are Dekalb TV. We have been having a fun time here in the studio today at Comcast Channel 25. Later on in the show, we'll have Mr. William Barbee join us to talk about Prestige Media and all the great things that he has going on. Now, I know I talk really fast. Do you talk really fast?
Very fast.
What is that about?
I'm Gullah Geechee.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I am Gullah Geechee, and they're from Low Country, South Carolina.
And I've heard of Geechee, because I've got some cousins in Savannah that have that kind of twang.
There you go. That's where my people are from, too.
Oh, my goodness. So you are extremely talented. And as we mentioned in our first segment about your, not only your singing abilities, but your writing and illustrating abilities as well. And we have several books here to share with you guys today. Let's talk about some of your books here. Tell us a little bit about Think Big.
Think Big just came out last year.
Okay.
And it is a wonderful book to teach children about every form of art. I mean, from music to knitting to sewing. I'm going to show you some of the pictures.
Okay.
Think Big is really about them thinking out of the box. And
now,
so
we may not get a good angle on that because of the lighting, but can we see your books online as well? Or do you...
Oh, absolutely. You can go online and see this book. It teaches them basically all the forms of art.
Okay.
and how we bring the arts to life. And what they do is they start off making things for a program.
Okay.
And at the end, it becomes a big finale of everything that they've done during the day.
Wow.
So it is a fantastic book. And it's about, I think it's 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
This really works.
Age appropriate.
I'm
okay.
an adult, so I read it too.
And then this was one of my favorites. I love this title, Don't Let Auntie Mabel Bless the Table. Tell us about that book. This is adorable.
Auntie Mabel is that aunt that everybody has that comes to dinner and wants to turn the grace into a prayer service.
Okay.
So they get tired of just really hearing her pray. And I mean, she prays literally for everything. I mean, she blesses the string beans, the corn, the black-eyed peas, everything gets blessed, you know, and then the guests, you know, they're angry with her because the food gets cold and nobody can eat and they have to go and reheat it. And it's in rhyme form, which is really important for children.
Yes.
But adults will enjoy reading the book as well.
Okay. Now I'm looking at the details of it. Were you an art student?
I was actually self-taught. I am self-taught.
So another anointing, another blessing.
Another
is what
blessing.
you're saying.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Now the We Shall Overcome book, the story of song.
The We Shall Overcome book is by Disney Hyperion. And it is going to be due out, I believe, next month, actually. And it talks about the songs that we sang during the civil rights movement and during slavery. And it just brings it in a cohesive way that everybody can just see monumental days and historical times that can be, you know, very, you know, teach-oriented, so it can teach as well as entertain.
And this age group?
That age group is, I believe, 5 to 12.
So most of your books that you're writing, are they all school, all children, all preschool, elementary age students? Or?
I do baby books as well. I do books for all ages, basically, up to 12 years old.
Okay.
So.
Now this is a special book, I know.
Yes.
Tell us about this and the family that you were able to meet during this time.
This book is called One Love, and it is by Cedella Marley, the daughter of, the oldest daughter or eldest daughter of Bob Marley. And she adapted the lyrics to the song, One Love, One Heart, let's get together and feel all right. We use it for commercials, we use it for everything. But she wonderfully adapts the lyrics to this fine book that has really just blown up. I mean, it's all over the place now. There's even a doll that goes with it, but Cedella is masterful at taking what her father gave us and just turning it into a picture book. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love the pictures. So the children look absolutely beautiful and all happy, all different ethnics and all those other great things.
Absolutely.
Now, Let Freedom Sing. Let's tell us about a little bit about that.
Let Freedom Sing was literally my first children's book that I wrote and I illustrated. So that's the first one that I did. And it chronicalizes all the dates that are very important to the civil rights movement. So we have, I believe in the first picture, we have Rosa Parks sitting on the bus, and it takes us all the way to Obama's inauguration. And so it's an awesome book to learn dates, and I would say this is a coffee table book, really.
Okay.
You want everybody to kind of have a chance to look at that. So
this is awesome. So tell us where we can find your books once again.
These books can be found on Amazon.com, and as well as BarnesandNobles.com, and at fine bookstores everywhere. So you can find them anywhere.
And how did you happen to get into this type of business? Is that a story in itself?
That's a story in itself because I'm a child of the 60s.
Okay.
I was born in 1963. And my parents knew that I had some kind of ability to draw because I was drawing on everything. So I was drawing all over the sides of the stoves, and it would melt in puddles all over the floor. And they finally got a hint, and they said, we're going to get her some paper.
Okay.
So we got some paper and continued just wanting to draw. I went to a school in Newark called Springfield Avenue Community School. And it was a school created by my parents along with the community that came together. And it was, like I said, in the 60s during the civil rights movement. And we didn't have a whole lot of schools that black children could go to. So these people created this place for us to come to, and they brought artists in, and they brought poets in. And we got the kind of education that, sad to say, children really don't get now. It was very, very hands-on. And I remember a teacher named Mrs. Russell, who had a huge afro, and she wore the shortest orange dress. But she was like my idol, honestly. I love this woman. And she brought a book to me, and the name of the book was called The Snowy Day. And I'm going to try to tell the story without crying.
Okay.
Okay. And she brought in this book called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats, one of my favorite all-time illustrators. And for some reason, I knew, Heidi, that I wanted to be an illustrator the moment that I saw this book. The Snowy Day was so powerful that I am almost 50. I'll be 50, my birthday in October.
Okay.
I still have the pictures indelibly printed on my brain. I can't get them off. It changed my life. I knew right then that this is what I want to do. And it was because in the 60s, black children weren't really depicted in books.
Okay.
And when they were, it wasn't very pretty. They weren't made very nice. To see this little brown boy named Peter, who was dressed in this little red snowsuit. And I looked at the wallpaper in the book, and the wallpaper was the same wallpaper we had in our home. And his mother was brown like my mother, and she had chubby arms, and he was so excited about going into the snow, and it depicted everything about who I was, but I saw a pretty brown boy.
It spoke to you.
And it spoke to me.
Yes.
And now I share this book with everybody. I tell them, I said, if you're going to fill your kid's library with anything, go get The Snowy Day, because it will affect you. And that affected me and took me to a point where, you know, I went through high school, like I said, dyslexic. Nobody really understood, but pictures spoke to me. Now, when I was reading The Snowy Day or looking at The Snowy Day, I really didn't understand what was going on. I made up a story in my own head.
Because of the pictures.
Because of the pictures.
Okay.
And I get to age 25, and someone tells me, Vanessa, you're dyslexic. That's how I found out that I'm dyslexic. And I was writing a story, actually, and he started reading. He said, I think you need to be tested. So I was tested, and I found that I'm dyslexic. And I go back to the bookstore, to Barnes & Noble's, and I pick up The Snowy Day.
Wow.
And I read it to myself.
Come on.
For the first time, and I understood what all the pictures were, the words and the pictures just went
Started
together.
to line up.
Like I said, I'm trying not to cry, because
Thank you,
reading
Father.
and books are such a powerful thing.
Yes.
But it was, if I could somehow give this back to the community, what was given to me in that moment, it would be like the best gift that I could give anybody. And so I started looking into illustrating children's books. Now, I've always been drawing, but children's books really started to call to me because I was doing fashion for a little bit. And then I started doing children's book illustration and loved it. Just fell in love with it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
You know, I'm sure you're probably touching on a lot of different things that you aren't even aware of, because I'm sure there's some parents out there that would love to get their hands on your books, and they may even have children that may be struggling the same way that you are. So I want to make sure that we revisit that opportunity. But I also know that you have had an opportunity to meet some fantastic people during your journey and being able to illustrate. Tell us about your experience with Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling was a delight. Just meeting her, she's a little tiny thing, just really tiny and petite and just very, very sweet. I met her actually at the Barnes & Noble's headquarters in New York for the first time. And she and we talked on the phone periodically about the book. She's very, you know, everybody knows she's very fashion conscious, so the book had to be kind of fashion conscious. So we shared those kinds of things, and she was just a pleasure to work with.
She seems to be. I mean, and I can imagine her being, everyone's so tiny on TV. It's like, what, are you kidding me? These people are real, and they're really inside the TV.
They're very tiny. She's very tiny, very petite.
Very petite. And in doing that, I mean, when you talk about picture books and just seeing illustrations, the characters themselves will tell you a story without any words at all. And it was very powerful that you would say at 25 you were able to go back to a book that was so profound in your life that you could really relate to as an adult. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, what about your card series that I understand that you have over at Hallmark?
Oh, I just started doing cards with Hallmark about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we have an Easter card.
That's awesome.
That is at Walgreens, actually.
Currently?
Yes, currently at Walgreens. Now, I have been to every Walgreens
In Georgia?
In Georgia, and I have not found the card because everybody probably has purchased it.
Wow.
It is doing very, very well.
So tell us what the card looks like so we can make sure that our viewers go out and purchase that card.
It's a Sunday morning view. I call it Sunday morning.
Okay.
And it's a family actually going to church. And so you have the father in the front and the mother and the son and the daughter, and they're kind of processing to church on Sunday morning.
That is awesome.
Yes.
So your illustration, are you writing the content inside the card as well?
No, not writing the content.
Just illustrating.
Just doing the illustration.
Okay, and in your books, is it all just the words are by someone else, but all the illustration is by you?
Exactly.
Well, that's a good thing.
I love it.
Because we shared earlier, and again, I can't express it enough how important it is for us to make sure that we make a connection with our audience. Yes. And you being in the position that you're in, and being as talented and blessed as you are, you mentioned at 25 someone told you. How did they know that you were dyslexic?
I was working in a lab at a hospital, and on my breaks I would write a song or write a story, just putting things out on paper. And I had a friend named Lorenzo, and Lorenzo, he would stand over my shoulder to see what I was writing.
Okay.
And he would look, he goes, "You have such fabulous handwriting." He said, "But you don't have a clue." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know, he goes, "No," he said, "You're putting things where it doesn't, you know, where they don't belong. It just doesn't belong there." And you know, it's like your sentences are all backwards and twisted. It's like, okay. He said, "No," he said, "I think you're dyslexic."
Wow.
I was like, "Really?" And
but you graduated from high school, and they didn't recognize that.
I honestly, Heidi, I don't think they had a clue.
Wow.
I don't. I kind of breezed. I was
liked and talented, and they just kind of pushed you on through?
Kind of, yeah. You know, I did just well enough to pass by.
Okay.
You know, but, you know, they would have put me probably with special ed, you know, basically, because I couldn't comprehend. I could, you know, read or whatever, you know, but it didn't make sense to me.
So what advice do you have for parents or for people that may be struggling with that same, I don't want to call it an illness, but same.
It's a learning difference.
Learning difference.
That's what I call it, a learning difference. We learn differently.
Absolutely.
And sometimes for children, if there is a tutoring program that they can get into, that people will take the time to teach them how to read and understand what dyslexia is. I mean, there are a lot of different things that you can go online to find to help them as far as getting the kind of help they need. Because children, if you catch it early, they can totally be retrained.
And then they can also purchase your books and make sure that they relate those beautiful pictures to the stories. That would be great. Well, coming back with us, joining us on our next break, we'll have Mr. William Michael Barbee, who will be joining us all the way from New Jersey to share his relationship with you. Yes. And to talk about the great things that are going on in Prestige Media. So stick around for more of We Are Dekalb TV.
Hello, I'm Bill Cobbs. I'd like to tell you about a couple movie projects that I'm about to do with Prestige Media Productions. The first film is called A Time After Yesterday. And the second is called Clipped Wings, They Do Fly. Prestige Media Productions is an independently owned and operated production company that focuses on creative projects that showcase dramatic storytelling and positive images. Don't forget, clipped wings, they do fly.
Prestige Media Productions.
Thank you.
Big mess. And how you been at all night?
These two girls come from different worlds, but they have so much in common. They just refuse to see it.
Great.
What the hell is your problem?
All this time to realize
Just trying to make small talk.
it's just not right. That's only where I begin to get upset. You couldn't call, you couldn't text, seriously? Damn, Janet, don't I get a vote? Let's see what really matters now.
This is the story of my life. Ships smelling hollows and cold, damp weather, wearing down my body as I piled the vessel from below. Seawater splashing in my face through the holes made by the sea stones as the ship sped at a constant pace. Shango, Shango to my God I cried as each whip lashed across my back. Please take me away from these friends I found who has convinced my brothers with his lies. He invaded my mama and stole from my sisters so I could see his fulfillment with a perverse task. A poking heart and burning soul that felt as if he raped me.
You don't seem like everything's okay.
I was sold on the corners of Chestnut and Vine, chained to an iron block. I had to appear mighty and strong, knowing these injustices were nothing but crimes. While plowing the land, I spoke with my brothers about our great escape, designed by my mother, Miss Harriet, singing a song about a plan. Crowded streets and zoot suits became my living style. I straightened my hair to look like them, changing my identity from the South as I rode the bus to Uncle Charlie's for a while. Water flowing from the same stream, drainage pipes depositing into the same sewage pans. So sitting at their counters and drinking from their faucets became a dream. So today I speak to all I can of the story of me, the African-American Negro man, sincerely.
What did you do? Oh my God.
I wasn't born bad. I played football in vacant lots. I jumped rope on litter-filled sidewalks. I leaped in the game of hopscotch on broken glass pavements. I played basketball on a rim nailed to my neighbor's tree. I ran track with my brothers wearing out sneakers. And as I recall, I was put back in school because I spelled equality, beginning it with I-N instead of E. So today I sit confined to time, just wondering what went wrong, because I wasn't born bad.
Welcome back to We Are Dekalb TV. Joining us on our set is William Michael Barbee from Prestige Media, all the way here from New Jersey. We want to just talk to him about just being support and the great things that you guys have going on over there with your media company, and also your relationship that you have with our beautiful guests today. And you've always been very supportive in everything that you do, and I want to just thank you for being a part of We Are Dekalb TV today.
Most welcome.
Mr. Barbee, Mr. Barbee. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Barbee.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So what do you have going on these days?
Well, we have a lot going on. One, we're very happy for Vanessa.
Absolutely.
And the successes. I mean, it just didn't start today. She's been at this all of her life.
Okay.
And actually, I'm younger than her, so she knew me before I was born. And actually, we paralleled each other because both of us are fine artists. And we did different styles of fine art. But we always had a passion and appreciation for each other's style. I chose to go behind the camera, as I choose to be today behind the camera. However, thank God, amen.
Thank you for joining us. Okay.
But we grew up with family, so it was important for me to use different vehicles that I have access to.
Absolutely.
We thank you for this brand, We Are Dekalb TV, and affording her the opportunity. So Prestige is jumping behind her now, along with so many other labels, brands. Everyone's trying to support her. We just want to allow God's work to be done. And it's important that so many people out here who have access to different things really reach out to each other, you know, to encourage your brother and your sister. So we're real happy with Miss Brantley Newton, as I call her. But again, Prestige Media, we've been at this for a while, producing. We're filming now. We've been filming a movie called Clip Wings They Do Fly, based on the book.
Absolutely, yeah. We talked about that last time you were here with us.
We have J.D. Williams from The Wire, Bill Cobbs, and we've been blessed with two very strong actors who came on to the production. We can't reveal their names.
Okay.
But they're very strong. You know, their names stand alone. So we're happy with that. We're producing shows. We have James Womack of Strictly Entertainment. He's down here in Atlanta. He's marketing our shows to Bounce and other networks. We have Rodney Lewis from One Nation Productions, who's helping us. We have Tim Ware out of South Carolina, who's doing what he can up north as well as down here for us. So Prestige Media is really branding itself. Even out in Tennessee, had a book signing up there through a gentleman, Terrence Hurd of the Hurd Agency. And I was one of the presenters of my book for the Tennessee Tribune. They have this summer gala called Les Gems, and it's on the lawn of the owner of the Tennessee Tribune's house.
Oh, that sounds like
a beautiful
that was
thing,
lovely.
beautiful
Yeah,
event.
I'm sure.
So Prestige Media Productions is doing some great things. My partner, Dwayne Spin-Richardson, he's up north holding down the fort while I'm down here trying to promote my cousin.
Excellent, excellent. Now tell us how we can get in touch with you.
Prestige Media Productions, you can get in touch with us through our direct number, 973-678-3022, or any of the other companies, United Care, Prestige Tours, Airmid Counseling Services, United Care Properties. You can get in touch with us. So just go to barbeegroup.com, BARBEEGROUP.com.
Awesome. Thank you again, Mr. Barbee, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're such a blessing.
Let's step off.
Oh, just in just a minute. You know, when we come back, we're going to actually have our beautiful guest give us her own rendition. What are you going to be singing with us for us today?
Feeling Good by Nina Simone.
Oh, that's awesome. So, guys, make sure you stick around for Feeling Good by Nina Simone. Sang right. What do you call yourself? Let's see here. I want to say it right. Oh, and yet the Gospel CeeLo. I thought that was really funny that you referred to yourself as the Gospel CeeLo Green.
Oh, yes.
And I understand that you're continuing to tour and to do different things.
Yes.
And people can contact you in regards to booking you for singing events or illustration events.
You can book me through paintedwords.com, Lori Nowicki, and you can go to the website and see all my beautiful artwork. And if you want me to sing, you can contact Coy Curry at her home number, which is the office, basically, 973-868-2355. And you can call her and ask her, can Vanessa come and sing? And she will tell you whether I can do that or not. So,
what's that website?
The website, which one? For my artwork?
Yes.
The artwork can be seen on my blog, and I would love if you would just go to visit www.oolalladesignstudio.blogspot.com, and you can see all my funny antics and stories there on my blog. And please leave me a message.
And they also like you on Facebook, correct?
And like me on Facebook.
Like you on Facebook. And like us on Facebook at We Are Dekalb TV or Heidi B. Fuller on Facebook.
Or Prestige Media Productions.
There you go. All on Facebook. So make sure that you reach out to all of us so we can make sure that we can continue to provide you with the information and the great talents that we have to offer. So stick around for more of We Are Dekalb TV. I don't know what's going on back there, but I know that we have a great show in store. So continue to watch, and we'll be right back.
You are now tuned into the weekly broadcast, Inspired Moments with Cheryl. Here's your host, Cheryl.
Joining us today is businessman, author, philanthropist, William Michael Barbee.
1300 WIMG.
WIMG 1300 Music for the Soul. Good morning, William Michael Barbee.
I guess after that intro, I could just say thank you and goodbye.
I know one of the things that you are also passionate about is education and the public school system versus the private school system. And then, you know, how we are, those that decide they want to go to college, how that leads to college and then ultimately going into business of some type for yourself.
But one of the things I learned early on is to make sure I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. I remember years later selling Amway, and that was, I got into that haphazardly, but I learned a key phrase, and it was about planning and success. And it was really built upon, people don't plan to fail, but they fail to plan. And from that point, I started applying different basic core principles to my very existence, even being here.
What do you think will be the upside to your business and to your relationship with your other coworkers?
What's out there is not enough. And the visibility of information that is needed isn't visible to many in our communities. For me to be a business owner and for me to see some programs and doors open just based on affiliation, when the everyday brother can access the same thing that I'm able to access, I have issue with it.
At last, the highly anticipated CD by jazz-inspired songstress Wincy Terry Bryant is here, and the critics are raving. Just what you've been waiting for, says Neo 2 Soul. Smooth as caramel, says Black Gospel Blog. Brilliant, says Jazz FM. Featuring Beautiful, My Prayer, and Magnanimous. And the hit single, I Remember. This 12-song CD, entitled Time to Say, is available now.
Welcome back to Weird Dekalb TV. Just want to make sure that we give some special thanks to Joey Johnson of Weird Dekalb magazine, Dillis at Stonecrest Mall, who always keeps me dressed. Thank you very much. Lewis Carr out at Allstate Insurance. What is that? Like a good neighbor? Stay for me there. There you go, Mr. Carr. And I don't think they can hear us very much. And wanted to thank Before and After Fitness, the spa at Stonecrest, the Hyatt Place Hotel at Stonecrest Mall, and join us on March 30th for the DDD Run Walk. On March 19th, the Weird Dekalb Disability Show. That's going to be next week. And I wanted to share with you guys the Stone Mountain Lithonia chapter of the Delta Sigma Thetas. They're celebrating 100 years, and we're going to also join them for their Debutante's Ball on Saturday, so make sure you guys join in on the 16th. Now, without further ado, we have a great singer, songwriter, illustrator, the CeeLo Green of Gospel, that will be joining us in singing. What are you singing?
Feeling Good.
Feeling Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Vanessa Brantley Newton.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. in the sun. You know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun. Yeah, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done. That's what I mean. In this old world, it's a new world. It's a bold world for me. Hey, hey, hey. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. It's a new day and a new dawn here at Dekalb TV. Hey, it's a new day and I'm feeling so good. Hey, from my head to my toes, to my knees, to my nose, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Hey, I hope you're feeling good. Hey, I'm feeling good.
And that's how little David the shepherd boy defeated that great big Philistine giant Goliath. The end.
Aunt Wincy, please can you read it one more time? Yeah, please.
No, now it's time for you guys to get to sleep. Besides, I've already read this story 3 times tonight.
Okay, then read a different story. How about that one?
This one? This is a photo album. Now everybody keeps their pictures in their phones, but if you were to print them out, you would put them in a book like this to help you remember things.
Like what?
It's so clear to see you've always been there for me, through the good, through the bad. But thinking that I could fix things without any help, I went on to do it myself. Still after that, you took me back. Looking around on my own, learning what I should have known. Deserve you, I never will, but that never deterred you. You love me still. Things hurtful to remember, things I earn it, I never could. Your love, your love, your love is so good. Looking around on my own, learning what I should have known. It's you, it's always been you. Seeking what I'd never find, thinking it's all in my mind. It's you, it's always been you. And though I couldn't feel you, I know you were there. Not just in the good times, things hurtful to remember, things too good to be true, things I've heard to remember, things too good to be true. Your love blaze like an ember, saw me through, and I remember you. Yes, I remember you. Remember you. All of your blessings, I'm so grateful to you, Lord. You never left me alone. That's why I can't forget. No, I won't forget.
I'd like to thank Heidi Fuller and Michael Barbee and the studio here at Dekalb TV. We are Dekalb TV. I'd like to say thank you so much for having us, and also like to thank We TV Mary Marys and for them picking me to be the winner of the We Mary Marys Singing Spotlight. And just keep an eye out. We'll be talking about LA soon, hopefully.
Awesome. And we have to make sure that we have you come back into our studio. You guys join us every Tuesday right here on Comcast Channel 25 on We Are Dekalb TV. And we're out.
Mm.